It is hard to work on a personal project. It is difficult to work on something that is genuinely yours, whilst having all the distractions that we have in life, but it is imperative that you keep going. A lot of artists think that when I have more time, I'll work on my comic. When work gets easier, I'll finally start my YouTube channel. When school is finally over, I can then focus on my personal project. But then all of a sudden, 5 years passes and they've actually not done any single thing. They've not begun on that dream project that they wanted to work on, that thing that has always been at the back of their mind to create, that keeps haunting them, like before they go to bed to create, because they keep procrastinating and keep postponing, they never get anything done. And 5 years has passed. Family is important, relationships are important, the jobs and the work is important because, well, the job pays the bills, which allows you to keep existing and living and not to die. But the job should be like a contract that actually helps you achieve your dream. It should be like a stepping stone. It should be that thing that enables you to achieve your dream. That thing you keep doing now that assists you, that helps you, that lifts you up to be able to achieve that thing at the back of your mind that you actually want to do, that you actually feel is your life's mission to actually achieve as an artist. Work is necessary, family is necessary, jobs is necessary, like all these things are important. They are important to live a healthy life, like both mentally and otherwise. But if all of your energy and all of your life force goes into work, school, obligations, whether that be family or friends or whatever, you wake up 5 years, 10 years has gone by and you discover that you actually haven't done any single thing. You will be left wondering where your own ambitions went. There's this really nice philosophy that I like to live by, and it helps to guide me to actually take responsibility for myself because I am in charge of my own life as a creative and as an artist. And that is the philosophy that you don't find the time to do that thing you want to do. You actually create the time. You make the time because you are the one in charge. Many people will, try to find a schedule where everything will just magically fit, where everything is perfect, and then they will have the time magically to actually work on the thing that they want to do. But it doesn't work like that. The most important thing in life, in terms of growth, in terms of being a creative, is progress. Progress is a lot more important than perfection. And those that progress are those people that actually carve out time, that actually create the time, that creates the opportunity for them to be able to work on those things that they actually enjoy. That thing that gives their life meaning, that makes them feel like they have a purpose. If you feel like your entire life is an obligation, if you are going to feel trapped, right? You are going to feel trapped. So creating personal projects can just serve as something that is a way out, as it can serve as a freedom, as some form of freedom to get out of all of that and actually do something that gives you fulfillment. I'm personally someone that is always guilty of saying, I need more time, I don't have enough time to actually accomplish this. There's so little amount of time in a day to accomplish all the things that you want to accomplish as a creative. But the thing is not necessarily that we need more time. What we need is a little bit more focus. And people underestimate how much time it takes to actually achieve something good, to achieve something of value. If you are someone that spends 30 minutes, let's say you decide to go on 30 minutes, you spend 30 minutes every single day working on that personal project of yours. Every single day you're putting in, you're consistent about it, you're diligent about it, spending that time, actually putting that time into that project that you're doing. Every single day, it is a lot more profitable than someone who spends 5 hours once a month, like to actually accomplish that same thing. If you do spend that 30 minutes every single day for 1 month, it's a lot more profitable and a lot more better of an investment, right? You focus for 30 minutes every single day. It's a better investment than someone that just spends 5 hours straight. And whenever you're spending 5 hours doing something, there's always going to be distraction. You're going to be unfocused. It's kind of like you being a professional farmer or gardener, someone that plants trees, someone that plants plants essentially, and you spend all of your time, because someone pays you, planting and watering another person's tree, right? Let's say your neighbor's tree, for instance. You spend all this time planting and nurturing their trees, and you leave yours unattended, right? In the next 5-10 years, you're going to see that person has a really wonderful, blossoming, fruitful tree, and yours is still a seed. This analogy might not be applicable to every single person's economy, but Actually, having a job or having a work or having all these responsibilities is like paying rent, right? Whilst working on your own personal project, that thing that is yours, is like building your own house. Like whatever extra income you get, you invest it into building your own house. If you're always paying rent, you always have somewhere to stay, of course, but you never truly have somewhere that is your own. Maybe something like an inheritance that you can actually pass on to the next generation, of your family, or your family in general, pass on to your family in general. You will hardly ever have a chance or get that feeling of fulfillment if you don't have that side project that is personally yours to work on. Responsibilities that you have as a person, yes, they will keep you alive, but having something that is yours that you work on is actually what is going to make you feel alive. That a lot of people, a lot of artists and creatives, they have these projects that they are working on, right? They actually have these personal projects that they are working on, but the thing is that they always expect huge progress whenever they go on to work on it. But things like comic books, things like novels, things like even a YouTube channel, for instance, a YouTube channel that is actually growing, things like businesses, right, that you're just starting out from scratch, they don't take weeks, they don't take months. A lot of the time they take years, depending on your luck or like how valuable what you're creating is. But if you're someone that is actually starting from scratch, something like this actually takes years. Finishing a comic book page every single week, it sounds extremely insignificant, right? But in a year, in a single year, that's 52 pages. And in 3 years, that's basically a graphic novel. This is a physical thing that you've created from consistent effort, daily consistent effort. Despite how tiny that sounds, it has compounded into something that is tangible, right? That you'll be proud of, something that is personally yours and something that you feel proud of. Nobody is saying that anybody should quit their jobs here. I know I'm not. Like, nobody's telling anybody to quit their jobs or bundle their family and throw them into the sea or ignore responsibilities, right, that you actually have. What I'm saying is that you should not abandon the things that actually belong to you, the project that actually belongs to you. Like that 30 minutes a day, that even if it's 10 minutes a day, protect that 10 minutes. Let that 10 minutes, let that 5 minutes, let that 20 minutes, let that 1 hour be exclusively yours. Because to be honest, and I know I'm not necessarily speaking as someone that is like really successful. I'm speaking as someone that is in the process, right? I'm speaking as someone that has actually been able to, understand how depressing it can be to just focus on just one thing, which is not yours. Like maybe you're working on someone else's project. I understand how depressing it can get. But once I started like creating time out, just carving out little times in my day to just create something of my own, work on my own personal project. It could be something as little as a portrait project where it could be something as little as developing your art skill. It could be something as, just working on a particular page every single week, a paragraph every single day, something like that. I know how doing something like that has actually elevated me and made me feel alive as a person, despite how depressing my situation might be. I personally believe that those little efforts, those little efforts will compound. Those little attention to your own personal project, that little time you spend, they're actually going to compound and they can definitely change your life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.